I don't know about you, but when I joined YouTube, I thought that I was going to have so much content that it was going to be unbelievable. I was going to be unstoppable. Now, I got to a point very, very quickly where I got stuck and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to talk about. And I want to tell you what I did about it and how I managed to solve that today. So welcome back to the channel. My name is Anthony Charles and this is Choices TV. This is a series that I'm doing on Choices TV, which is called the Business Diaries, where I document my YouTube journey and I aim to teach you along the way. Now, as I always say, if you've already hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, then you don't need this. If you have flown past your 4,000 watch time, don't need this. This is for those of you who are getting started. This is for those of you who are sitting there like this, thinking, I don't know what to put out next. Let me tell you something. The first few videos I put out, first set of videos, they were okay. Well, they're okay. They're pretty bad when I look back at them, especially the first one. But goodness me, that's where I started. And I'm still improving. I'm still getting better. But I came up with some ideas for YouTube videos and I filmed some of them. And I'm so glad that I didn't release it because I don't know where the channel would be right now. Probably get into that. See, I got to get used to this new mic. I didn't expect that to happen, and I'd love to know how that sound. That must sound awful. I've just waved my hand around and knocked the mic off. It's a new clip-on mic that I'm testing out. I've been testing it out in my last video, testing it out again today, and seeing how I can replace this guy here. I'm not going to talk about why I've got two microphones. Have a look at the video before this one, and you'll find out why if you're really that inquisitive. Today, I want to talk to you about what I did when I got the mental block and I didn't know what else to talk about. So look, I want to pick up my YouTube journey. And for those of you who don't know, I went all the way back a few months to the beginning of my YouTube journey. And I decided to document it and come all the way up to date. Now, what I do in each of my videos, and this should be maybe the last one where I do this format, I talk on what happens week by week. Once I catch up, then I'm going to be doing 1 week and going to be doing a teaching point from there. So wasn't expecting my clock to my phone to start alarming, but that happens when you're not prepared. Okay, week number 19 was the Christmas week, and I sent out a video. Christmas in 2024 was on a Wednesday. I normally send my videos out on a Wednesday, and I thought to myself, come on, people are not going to be looking for your video on Wednesday. So for the first time, I sent my video out on a different day, on a Friday. It was called Growth Isn't Comfortable, how to step out of your comfort zone. I got 107 views from that. And I did a bit of editing that week, but I achieved my goal in the Christmas week, and my New Year's week was to do no filming. And that was my first Christmas on being on YouTube, and I just didn't want to be recording like this during the Christmas week or the New Year's week. So I recorded videos up ahead and I had them all scheduled to go. And it was a great feeling to be able to sit around on Christmas, in the Christmas week and in the New Year's week. I did a little bit of editing, but absolutely no filming whatsoever. Week number 20 was New Year's week, and I released a video called I Broke Free from My 9 to 5 and So Can You. 120 views for that. And I went back to the Wednesdays. I thought, well, you know, Wednesday the 1st of January, I think more people would be online looking at that point. Week number 21 was Wednesday the 8th of January, and I released a video called I Wasted Years of My Life Until I Discovered This. That gave me 103 views, and I kept on struggling to come up with content, as I said, and I struggled to come up with an overall direction for the channel. Right now, I know exactly what the channel is going to be doing. Now, looking at this is week 21. 21 weeks in, struggling. Not sure what direction the channel's going in. So if you are struggling with that right now, you've got hope, because right now I know exactly what to do. And one of the things I was looking at was I go onto people's channels and I binge watch their stuff because their stuff all has relevance to each other. I was creating loads of different ad hoc videos and they didn't have a central theme. So I worked hard on coming up with a central theme. I I got stuck along the way because while thinking of the central theme, I started trying to change the way I introduced the videos. I've got about 2 or 3 introductions that I use to bring the videos in, to introduce the videos, and I was trying to come up with a new catchy one. It took me days and days and days, and in the end I just had to stop. I just had to say, right, I'm gonna have to come back to that another time, because I had filming to do and other things. Not sitting down trying to think of a catchy thing to say, just wasn't worth it. Week number 22, I released a video called Want to Quit Your Job and Start a New Business, Do These 3 Things. And this was the last of my videos that I had filmed the year before. So when I released it, I was like, oh, I've got no more videos in stock, queued up on YouTube. So I had to get back into recording. And I enjoyed the record. I enjoyed the whole process. Sometimes a little bit of a drag. Sometimes if I've got stuff on my mind, challenges and everything like that, it does, of course, it's going to weigh on me. But all in all, I do love the process. That was the week, going back to that week in January, 1st of January. That was when I recorded the first in this series of my journey videos. And I was really lazy with it because I thought, yeah, going to be laid back. Didn't do much editing. David, my YouTube mentor, he was on my case. He went on and on and on. He said there was no cutaways, there's no B-roll, there's no nothing. You're just talking, just you. And I was trying to be one of those people, just sit down and talk with my little talking head. And he's like, nah, you've got to put things in there. So I'm getting better. And another thing that didn't come naturally to me. Sometimes I look at David's videos or other people's videos and I'm thinking, where did they get the ideas to put these pictures in, to put these things in? Doesn't come naturally to me, but I am making progress. I'm getting there. Okay, week number 23. I had a video called 5 months building my YouTube channel. This is what I've learned. And as I said, that was the first of the journey videos. Got 57 views. Wasn't great, but I at that point I was still struggling for the direction. So I want to quickly just tell you what I did to find the direction on the channel. And by the time you're seeing this and you are seeing other videos, I'll come back to you and I'll tell you how it's all come together. Okay, so I found myself still struggling for direction, and what I did was I listed 5 things that I wanted to talk about. And once I found those 5 things that I wanted to talk about, I looked at them and I thought, how am I going to group them together? How am I going to make them work? And the 5 things that I had was, I wanted to talk about being more, doing more, having more. I wanted to talk about turning your ideas and skills into money. I wanted to talk about mindset. I wanted to talk about productivity, and I wanted to talk about people skills. And I thought, how can I make these things work together? So what I decided was to run with a theme of, look, on this channel, I'm going to be all about being more, doing more, and having more. How are you going to do that? You're going to do that by turning your ideas and skills into money. So that's the overall theme of the business. Now, the 3 subgroups, let's say, was your mindset. So I'm going to make videos on your mindset, but the mindset is going to be specifically about be more, do more, have more, turn your ideas and skills into money. I'm going to make videos also about your productivity, and your productivity is all about be more, do more, have more, turn your ideas and skills into money. And then lastly, I was going to talk about the people skills. Again, I love people skills, but for a specific reason: turn your ideas and skills into money, and be more, do more, and have more. So that gave me a real focus on how I was going to start to produce my videos. And it's really helped me to shape my videos, because now no matter which one of those subcategories that I'm looking at, whether it's mindset, people skills, or the productivity, the whole aim of whatever I'm talking about is always to be more, do more, have more, for turning ideas and skills into money. The 3 things that I took away is, number 1 was to set a time limit on what I was doing. I'm always setting time limits. Remember, in some of my videos, I talk about Parkinson's law. You've got to set a time limit, because otherwise you can run away with projects. Remember, I told you about me trying to find a new catchy introduction? Best part of 3 days. And I had to set a deadline and say, if I cannot find an answer to this, got to leave it. And I'm glad I did that. So set yourself time limits and stick to those time limits, because that's going to help you with your ideas. Don't be scared. Just sometimes you've got to leave something and come back to it if need be. Number 2 is to make sure that the video was helpful make sure that it was better than my last video, and also make sure it was watchable. And number 3, I came to the conclusion that done is better than perfect. Get to the done stage on your video and stop looking for perfection. The amount of times that I have made something and then I've got rid of it, and sometimes I feel good about it, and then other times I think I don't know if I should. Done is better than perfect. Okay, if you're waiting until you're going to be perfect at this thing, you're going to be waiting for a long time. You've got to start now. You've got to create now. The more you take action, the faster you're going to improve. And don't let fear or overthinking rob you of your success. Okay, I'm out of here. Join me on the next edition of Business Diaries, where I'm going to bring you up to date as to where I am on my YouTube journey. All I can say to you is keep on being amazing, because you are. Speak soon. Feeling good? Want more results like this? Let's keep that momentum going with this video here. Also, click on my head here to subscribe.